Well, big stories in the world of business today. We've seen tariffs and reciprocal tariffs. We've seen what's been playing out after President Donald Trump came up with all of his tariffs. But let's see how that is affecting commodities price this afternoon. Well, first, gold is nosediving a bit, 0.03% this afternoon. It's $3,120.70 an ounce. That's for gold. Silver is $31.54 an ounce. Copper, $469.85 an ounce. Platinum, $943.53 an ounce. When you look at the changes in these figures, it's a negative 1.00 for gold, silver negative 0.43, copper negative 13.00, platinum negative 8.22%. Copper is down 2.69%, platinum is down 0.86%. You will agree with me that this back and forth with regards to tariff is really hitting hard, not just on stock markets, but also on commodities market. Let's go to see what food stuffs are looking like. Some of them: corn, wheat, cocoa, and cotton. Now, corn is positive 0.38%, and it's 175 positive here, and for the price is $459.25 per ton. Wheat is also $533.75 for a ton of it. Cocoa, $9,234. That looks pretty brilliant this afternoon, but it's down in percentage points, 0.61%. Cotton is $62.44, and it's down 3.46%. I guess you will see that the oil market is in red this afternoon. That's what's been playing out since President Donald Trump came up yesterday, Liberation Day, with his tariffs all across the board. It's cut across board. No country is left untouched. Global stocks tumbled for a second day now over President Donald Trump's sweeping tariff plans, with the sell-off deepening after China said it would impose additional tariffs of 34% on all U.S. goods. Now, banking stocks cratered as investors fretted about growth and priced in a far more central bank rate quotes, with benchmarks at 10-year U.S. Treasury yields sliding to their lowest since October, after Trump slapped a 10% tariff on most U.S. imports and much higher levies on dozens of countries. Europe stock 600 dropped 4.4%. Now, that's pretty significant, 4.4%. If you see reports yesterday, you see that even Apple had their worst performance in years. When you see a percentage drop of 4.4%, you know what that means for the market. That's after sliding was on track for its biggest daily fall since the COVID-19 pandemic. That's in 2020. Let's see Japan's nickel also slumped 2.8%, another significant fall overnight for a second session running. Futures of the United States S&P also slumped 2.7% after the cash index plunged 4.8%, the biggest drop again since 2020. While Nasdaq futures were down 2.8%, and after the index dropped 5.4%. Well, the Vice President of the United States was speaking earlier today, and he says, well, this is not something to really worry about, that he says the markets will stay green more than it's going to stay in red. But let's see how all of that will play out, because this, indeed, is going to get reciprocal attacks from other countries. They're also studying what President Trump has done over time. Well, let's see crude oil prices and see what is also happening. Three markets in red, only OPEC basket in green this afternoon. Crude oil prices were down nearly 2%, on the track for a worst week in months over President Donald Trump's new tariff, stoking concerns that a global trade war could hurt oil demand. Now, U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude fell to sell for $64.43 per barrel, 3.76% down. Brent also sells for $67.66. It also has a decline of 3.54%. Bonnie Light is down 2.84% and is selling for $78.62 per barrel. But OPEC basket on the other side is in green this afternoon. It's selling for $77.44. It has an upsurge of 0.01%. Well, we'll continue to see what plays out in the oil market, reacting to President Donald Trump's action. He says he's open to negotiations, but let's see how far this will take.